Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Zane.
And we are back. That is right, people. It is Fringe Fanatics. I am Chris Zane.
And I'm Chad Lee. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thank you as always. If you are tuning in right now, whatever you're listening or watching us on, please like and subscribe and rate us 5 stars. As always, like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media at Fringe_Fanatics. Chad, it is episode 49. What does that mean?
It's the Bobby Mitchell episode.
That is right. It is the Bobby Mitchell episode.
Let's tell people about Bobby Mitchell. I wasn't even aware of Bobby Mitchell before we looked this up.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about doing these numbers. We're probably going to find out a lot of stuff we don't
learning.
know. Yeah.
Yeah,
49,
learning.
Bobby Mitchell.
Yeah.
So he was active in the NFL from 1958 to 1968. His career highlights include Pro Football Hall of Fame, 4-time Pro Bowl, 3-time First Team All-Pro, 2-time Second Team All-Pro, NFL receptions leader, 2 times NFL receiving yards leader, as well as the NFL receiving touchdowns leader. He played for the Redskins and the Browns. He was a running back, return specialist, halfback / wide receiver.
Wow. Could do it all.
He did it all. He was the original Swiss Army knife.
It really was. Like, everybody talks about how Debo's this new thing and everything, but people forget about Bobby Mitchell.
That's true. They do forget about Bobby Mitchell, and
This is the 49 episode.
Yeah, and we're bringing it back. We're bringing Bobby Mitchell back to the forefront.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. We're going to choose these people where like people haven't heard of, and they're going to learn a little bit. You're welcome.
That's right. We're always learning on
Yep.
this show.
But other than that, man, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Going through a little bit of changes in life.
Yeah.
Things are
happens.
happening. I think it's all for the better. So me and Chad possibly may be co-workers again, which will be exciting.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Davey needs to get you to that interview and get in there.
We
That'd
got to
be
get in
fucking
there,
badass.
get her done.
You're going to get yoked slinging these cement bags around, man.
Dude, I'll put 3 of them on my shoulders and just run.
You
start
better.
training up a hill. Is there a hill over there I can run up with bags of cement?
There's a ramp you can go up.
I'll
That
go
works.
up and down it.
Yeah.
Just
Just go Rocky.
Yeah.
Getting stronger.
Sweet montage. Speaking of montages, with my newfound freedom, I did watch Kickboxer and most of Bloodsport now.
That's awesome. Where'd you find them on? Did you have to rent them?
Shit. Kickboxer was on Amazon Prime for free. And then Bloodsport was on HBO for free.
Damn, fantastic. That's where I'll check it out.
Tons of training montages and just
Kicking
goofy
trees.
songs where it's like, he was a winner. Yeah, he's gonna fight for his life again.
Dude,
Just
Kickboxer
tons-
was gnarly. Bloodsport's the one everybody knows about, but people forget about Kickboxer. They put their hands. It was a bare knuckle fight, and put their hands, which had wraps in it, into glass.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, now let's do this.
I did realize, though, in watching them both in pretty close succession, it's the same movie.
Oh, no, totally.
There's actually even scenes where, if you remember in Kickboxer, the guy stretches his legs with the rope contraption.
Yep.
In Bloodsport, it also happens, but it's his arms and his legs.
Yep.
And
He
he's
does
like,
that famous split scene.
Yeah.
Training, and you're like, wow,
Also,
this is a very weird
a lot
angle.
of splits.
Yes.
And a lot of ball bag views. Just
That's Jean-Claude's style, man.
Yeah.
You've heard about Street Fighter, right? His whole behavior during that
he was
movie.
fucking doing a 8-ball of coke a day.
Every fucking day. They couldn't get him out of his trailer. He was fucking yacked out of his brain every day. And we're like, dude, we need you to be Guile. And he's like, no, fucking John. And whatever Austrian accent that he fucking has.
Dude,
Yeah.
you don't mess with the muscles from Brussels. You know what I mean? You just don't. If he's in his trailer,
You let him
just
do what he's going to
yakking
do.
up some cocaine, you just let it happen.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he'll be out there and ready to go when he's ready.
Well, he needs to come back and do a second movie. We need a Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, we probably just need to get him on the show. So,
That'd
John
be
Claude Van
badass.
Damme, if you're out there and we know you're watching, be
Come on.
ready. We're waiting for you.
You made some good choices with fucking Kickboxer. That was a badass movie.
Yeah, we've been getting caught up on a few shows. We started watching Ahsoka.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
It's
and we're-
tremendous, isn't it?
Yeah, we're trying to actually now get caught up on all of the Marvel stuff. We started watching, was it Wakanda Forever? Is that the name of the second one?
That's the name of the movie, you idiot.
The
What are
movie?
you talking about? Wakanda Forever?
What's the second one called?
The second, second what?
Oh, Black Panther, Wakanda
Yeah.
Forever?
So that's
Is that
the
it?
show or movie that you've been
The
watching?
movie.
Yeah.
There's no Black Panther show.
No, totally.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me.
No,
I'll
telling
fall
you,
for it.
I'm going to come at you with my Marvel knowledge, though.
So we started watching that too. So I've been getting a lot of stuff done. Trying to get caught up on some things before I reassess and go somewhere else with life. So
path,
yeah, definitely. What about you, my friend? How has your weekend been?
It was the same way. We've just kind of chilled. We didn't really do a whole lot. Went and got sushi on Saturday from Red Ginger. 40% off all the time, every day. Yeah, so that was awesome. Deep fried sushi is
going out of business sale every day.
Every single day forever. Dude, they have like new owners too. I don't know how long it's been since you've been in there, but they serve like if you get any more
6 months.
Really nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Not too long ago.
Dude, I can go about 6 months before I need to get it again. Like that sushi is fire. And now they have this new thing where like if you almost every time you normally you'd have to order like a sushi boat or something.
Yeah.
Now it's just like they do it all the time, and there's just this massive boat out there. It almost like made it more inconvenient to eat it because you were trying to get around it while it's like buried in there. I'm like, can I just get it on a fucking plate?
The first time I ever saw a sushi boat, we went. Sorry, I'm sweating for some reason.
It's pretty hot in here.
We went to some fucking sushi restaurant in Boulder with my buddy Dustin and his boyfriend.
Oh yeah, you told me about this one.
Yeah, and they brought it. It was like, dude, the sushi boat, I shit you not, would have filled up this whole table. It was like that big, and
wow.
I was just like, dude, what the fuck is this? He's like, it's a sushi boat. I was like, I've never seen.
See, that's a
like
real
this
sushi
before.
boat. This was a real wooden boat that they would put the sushi.
No, that's
on.
what it was too.
Oh Jesus,
dude, I'm
that's
telling you,
huge.
filled up the whole fucking table.
That's
I was like, who
huge
built
one, though.
this boat?
Yeah,
and how many do you have? And who
not
has to
necessary.
wash it?
It's not.
Someone's got to wash it.
That's
good,
what
dude.
I thought. Because this boat, I'm like, I could get a splinter by this.
Splinter. You might get salmonella. I don't know.
Like that's not a great way to like serve shit. It wasn't about that, but the sushi was awesome. That was cool.
That is cool. Nice. Yeah, Red Ginger is always good. If you're in the Denver area, go to Red Ginger. They have the best deals on sushi all the time.
Nice way to say that. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And then Sunday we just kind of chilled as well. Got some shit done. That's
cool.
pretty much about it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what
Not a
else I
whole
did.
lot.
I feel like there's more things that I did. Every time we do this, I leave, and I'm like, I probably should have talked about that. But, like, when you're on the spot, you're just like, I don't even remember what I did with my life.
Yeah, seriously. Sometimes when they're like, what should we call this? I'm like, man, I don't remember what we talked about.
What did
like
we just
20
even
minutes.
talk about?
We're in a vortex,
Shit.
dude. Hey, well, speaking of that, let's cheers
Here's
to
the
this
vortex. Here's
New whiskey.
New whiskey, new beginnings.
Yes.
Yeah, episode 49.
New journeys.
New journeys, indeed.
Yep.
Cheers.
Not bad. Irish
We got
whiskey's good.
Bushmills, the original, which they can call themselves the original because they are the world's oldest licensed whiskey distillery. Bet you didn't know that.
No way.
Yeah.
The United States?
Pretty sure that is in London. Or not in London.
Ireland?
In, Ireland, yeah.
That's what I thought. Wow.
I think. It says world, so they got that.
Maybe I want to look into that. That's pretty crazy.
Unlike the the NBA champions, this is the world.
Yeah, right. It's a great way to tie it in, man. Oh, everybody's getting butthurt right now.
Yeah, dude, up in arms.
Yeah, totally.
Well,
should we get to it?
Yeah, let's get to it. I think it's time for headlines.
Headlines! Get your headlines here!
Yes, it is time for headlines. There's not that many headlines this week.
Yeah, it's a thin newspaper this week.
Yeah, the
dude.
newspaper didn't have that many pages, and we're probably going under. Like
I will say this, though. I meant to say this earlier. Dude, it's kind of nice because I just know that within 2 weeks, a week and a half, notifications, your whole life's going to be filled, and it's going to be busy as fuck.
Yeah.
Football takes over.
Football does take over. Football
and I'm happy about it. I can't
rules
wait.
all.
But this little in-between time, right after the preseason, right before, I love that they have this bye week because it's just like a moment of peace. And we got the roster cuts
we would
today.
normally have had another fucking preseason game.
Think how unnecessary that'd be. They were already tired of this third one.
Yeah, I mean, dude, they were over it.
Yeah.
The NFL as a whole was
I
like,
could
let's
tell
just
the
get
Rams
this
were.
shit over. Yeah,
you
the
guys
Rams.
kicked the shit out of them, man.
Yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's the way to judge the preseason. Ben DiNucci, man, was he out there?
Ben DiNucci, he was out there. Stidham was out there for most of it, and he actually looked pretty good. So
sweet.
That's Peyton's guy to Stidham.
Yeah,
he paid him
sure
that money,
him.
so we'll see what happens.
All right.
Well, let's get into the NFL headlines.
Personal foul. 69, offense. He was giving them the business.
He was.
He was giving them the business, and we are giving you the business of the NFL. Preseason's over. We were just talking about it.
Yep,
no
it
Moss.
is. And now we're starting to get guys that aren't holding out anymore. I believe Nick Bosa still is. I haven't heard any news on that.
Jonathan Taylor is a Colt for the year until the trade deadline. Well, he's still
until the trade deadline, but he is pretty much forced to go on the PUP list.
Yeah,
they
that
are
back.
doing him dirty, man.
Yeah, 4
I
games.
swear. That is not a team I'd want to be drafted to, that's for sure.
No, definitely. Another game canceled, though, in the preseason due to an injury.
What was the injury? Was it another head injury?
Yeah, Dolphins-Jaguars canceled due to an injury to Dawood Davis. He took a hit and lay motionless, carted off. He's fine now, but is in concussion protocol. But I guess everybody's pretty freaked out. He wasn't moving at all for a significant amount of time. Another one of those ones where it's just like a weird. I watched it back a couple times and I still don't really see what happened. But he just rolled over, dude, and it was just like face down, like arms by his side, like face down, and you're like, oh shit,
fuck.
So yeah, that shit's scary, but I don't know. I feel like it's weird that's been happening this much in the preseason. What's going to happen?
Like with two situations where they've literally stopped the game. I don't think they're going to do that this year unless there's like a. You would think
it's going to be DeMar Hamlin. Like the guy's going to have to die for them to stop the game.
Yeah, and you would think that now there's like precautions to take where they have a plan in place because that was the first of its kind last year. But I don't know. You never know with this shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's been definitely a little bit weird.
Unfortunate.
It's the injuries that have been happening the most this offseason. I mean offseason. This preseason in the preseason games has been these like
it's crazy, like
carted off injuries.
Yeah, the most notable ones because we're used to like big like torn ACLs or like big awful injuries, and which is great. That means like pretty much the whole NFL is getting all of their healthy starters and everybody going into it. So I don't know. This is nuts that's the only one.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit weird.
Maybe those helmet pillows don't really work.
Well, they might be making them wear those full time soon. So
yeah, could you imagine that? I heard about that rumor. I'm like, dude, I don't know if I could watch football.
Yeah, I think it would just mainly be on like the skill guys, like cornerbacks. Well, I don't
Still,
know. They'd have
though,
to be
man.
on everybody.
I just know. I don't know.
The
man.
linemen hit heads literally every play. So how do you justify giving it to the wide receivers?
Why I've always wondered why like some people have them and some people don't. It's like everybody where there's.
I think now everybody has to wear them. I thought. I
don't think the QBs do.
Well, they don't get hit though. I think anybody that can get contact has to have the fucking pillow on their helmet.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always tried to think of like the right term, just that little cushion,
It's
that
a pad.
little nerve pad.
It's like what the rugby guys wear on just their normal heads on top of a helmet.
These guys have it's just all of their heads look so big.
I know,
man.
they're
It's
like
crazy.
It's like that
like a cartoon.
Yeah, when you put that cheat code in and Madden,
Everybody's got
they're
fat
all
heads.
little guys with giant heads.
That's what it looks like. It's hard to take it serious.
Yeah, it will be hard to take it serious if it gets to that point, but it might be a legitimate thing that's going to come down the pike soon because I don't know what they're going to do if we keep having guys getting carted off. But the thing is, like, those hits...
I don't think it's so much that. I think it's the neck.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it's more of a whiplash.
It is the neck, and I think that was, like, what it looked like to me on this one, too. It's like a neck crinking, and, like, maybe it's just, like...
That's really...
a pinched nerve just shuts everything down. I don't know.
I've heard doctors say that that's a lot of, like, really the most severe things that, and, like, what knocks people out isn't so much, like, the trauma to the skull, but more or less, like, when your head's whipping back and forth, you know, like...
Yeah.
Gotta be careful about that shit.
Dude, fucking speaking of which, this is something I should have brought up, I guess. We practiced on Sunday because everybody was going to, who was it? Somebody was playing Red Rocks on Monday night. I can't remember who it was now.
I can't remember.
But Dan and our guitar player were going, Brett, and I guess Dan went and played like a bluegrass picking thing, which is basically like speed dating for bluegrass musicians, where like a whole bunch of fucking bluegrass musicians show up and they'll like call out like songs everybody knows, and they're all just playing along, and they're like meeting up to find new bands and stuff.
That's awesome.
It's literally like bluegrass fucking speed dating. I said that on Sunday, and he was like, "That's pretty much what it is." Like, but I guess it was Monday night, and it was super hot that day, and he didn't drink any water. And got in the car, drove home in the AC for like an hour, got out, fucking passed out, slammed onto his knees, and then whipped forward and smacked his fucking nose on the concrete.
Fuck.
Big old chunk out of his nose, fucking black eyes. He's all fucking concussed, dude.
Whoa.
He's like, yeah. He's like, I don't know if I don't feel like I hit my head that hard. I was like, yeah, but your fucking brain just smashed into the front of your skull when your face hit the concrete.
It's like
dude.
he got hit by a car.
Basically, yeah. He's all fucked up.
He must have totally just landed on nothing but concrete.
Yeah, he said it's like he just shut down and his hands fell by his side and his knees and boom, right to the face. So
that's severe, man.
yeah, stay hydrated out there when it's hot.
Seriously,
you know,
you got to.
You don't want to get heat stroke.
It ain't worth it.
It isn't.
No.
Do you have any other real NFL news?
The only other one is the Josh Jacobs news. You know, he was holding out.
He's reporting.
So he signed a deal for 1 year, $12 million. It's just 1 year.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It is notable because it is kind of the first of its kind, I've heard, where instead of him agreeing to the franchise tag, you know, he held out and then signed on for like $1.5 million more than what he would have got from the franchise tag. So a lot of times either these guys do sign the franchise tag or whatever. But
I mean, isn't that kind of what happened with Saquon too, though? Like, he did sign the tag.
Exactly.
Though.
Yeah, that's
and then restructure.
Because sometimes
There's
these
the
guys have
difference.
leverage if they, you know, go a certain way. But yeah, he deserves it. This guy had 1,600 some yards last year.
Led the league in rushing. So
yeah, definitely
deserves it.
Carried me to the playoffs.
Yeah, the fact that they let it go this far is just crazy. But that's what we were talking about with the running backs, man. They're doing them dirty.
Yep, indeed.
Doing them dirty. Speaking of which, Melvin Gordon cut by the Ravens.
How funny is that?
Rode the bench to a Super Bowl ring, and now he's cut.
I want to say when he went to the Ravens, he was talking some shit, just like talking shit on the Broncos and just like, oh, he found a new home, all this. I mean, well, good for him and all that shit, but I want to say like he was kind of a little catty about it.
Yeah, he was. All I can say is hold on to the fucking ball.
Hey, keep fumbling.
Yeah.
That paid off well for us.
Yeah, no shit, man. That sucked. We would have fucking won that game, I think, too, if it wasn't for that. We were literally about to score.
I remember that.
Chiefs
shit.
fans were freaking out.
That was,
And then
man.
Melvin Gordon
Every year
fumbles
I'm
the ball,
sweating.
97-yard fucking fumble recovery touchdown.
Thank you, Nick Bolton.
Big old D lineman just barreling down. Just like,
Oh,
God
yeah.
damn it.
Oh,
No! No!
Good times, man. Good
Yeah,
times.
Good times.
Yeah.
Well, we got a new season.
I can't wait. You know, dude, when I was at the store earlier, you know, and you were getting the whiskey, so thank you. But I was
Yeah.
thinking if I was going to, you know, what we haven't done in a while is a whiskey wager.
Oh, it's going to happen again.
Damn, with the season coming up, especially with like Chiefs versus Broncos,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you some Kentucky Deluxe. Make you take a
Nice.
shot.
I love it.
The best stuff.
I'm going to get you some McCormick's whiskey, which is just, I'm pretty sure, vodka-flavored whiskey.
And
Or
they got,
whiskey-flavored vodka. I said that backwards.
Yeah, something like that. It's not
Yeah.
even actual
It's-
real
it's-
whiskey.
It even says it on the bottle. It's like, not actual whiskey. Whiskey-flavored.
Let's just go full two bears. Let's get some chloroform.
Yeah, all right. I'm good. I listened to that episode today. It was
I
pretty
know.
fun.
That was where they gave each other their
Yeah.
gifts. Like,
He's like,
fucking
why
love
are
it.
we so angry right now? He's like, maybe it's because of the gifts we just gave each other.
Yeah.
I gave you a samurai sword and a mace, and you gave me chloroform.
Like, well, it fits our personalities.
It's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways.
I think that's it for NFL.
Yeah, do you want to do the way too early preseason predictions?
I do.
Let's
Yeah.
do it. You want to just go tit for tat, MVP, and then go down the line?
Let's do that, but I want to definitely break it down a little bit. Just
Well,
kind
yeah,
of
we'll
discuss it because I am curious what you got picked because I feel like when I was making this list last year,
Uh-huh.
it's kind of fun being able to do this now a year later because we're revisiting shit we did last year. And I'm like, okay,
I don't even
I was
remember
way
who
wrong
I
with my
picked.
shit because I remember I think Justin Herbert being like the MVP or Josh Allen. I think I had.
I think I might have had Herbert. I think
so.
But
Yeah, it's just
I
like
don't know.
I know
We were
they're
way
way
wrong.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nice doing this now because when I was going through this, I remember last year was kind of a lock. You kind of had a good idea of who it was. I had Mahomes picked as my MVP, but then this year, I
It's
have no
kinda
fucking
wide
clue.
open right
It's
now.
wide open, man.
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year, who knows?
who knows? Well, let's get started.
You want to start at the best MVP?
MVP. Who wants to go first?
It's gonna be 2-time right there.
You're
Nah,
you're
I'm not
calling
gonna
it.
do that.
I figured. You
I know
would.
there's voter fatigue because of Jokic and the champs.
Yeah, it happens. It
Yeah,
does
so
happen.
they do that in the NFL too. So I can imagine he's going to have an MVP year, but they can't give it to him 2 years in a
Yeah.
row.
So who is it?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen. Damn it, dude! I thought we were gonna pick different ones.
No, I figured that would be it. I thought you'd have that one
I
picked
picked
too.
Jalen Hurts too.
After seeing and I really wasn't sure. I thought he might have a slump until, and I know this is just anecdotal, but till I saw that cell phone background.
Yeah, and I think he's only going to get better. Last year, he had a passer rating of 101.5 with 3,701 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions in 15 games.
Yep.
He was also selected to his first Pro Bowl. I think both of those are going to – I think his passing is going to get a lot better this year.
I couldn't believe how good it was last year, man.
I mean, you look at the touchdown interception ratio alone, 22-6 is pretty wild.
I had him. And I say this all the time, but I just think it was like one of the best calls I've ever made in fantasy, and a lot of people's out there. He won a lot of people their league, and so I paid attention to him a lot last year. And some of those deep balls that he put to AJ Brown, I don't know if you remember that one against the Titans where he had like 2 in the first like 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
Just basket catches right over the shoulder. And I'm thinking, like, this is a guy that couldn't pass the ball for shit just, a year ago. And how much he's improved blew me away. Yeah. So I think he does kind of continue that path and gets the MVP this year.
Okay, yeah, I'm right there with you. I
All
think, right. Just for what he does for that team, I think it's just going to be what?
You know what we need? We need for a time like this, we need like a stamp sound effect. Like a lock. Like...
yeah.
Put it in stone.
Okay.
That way, at the end of the year, we could be like, "Hey, Fringe Fanatics, we were fucking right."
Yeah. We need a fringe lock or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. Well, we'll figure something out for that. Now I have homework.
We'll find it.
Yeah. Let's go into the offensive player of the year. I'll start this one.
I don't think you have the same one I do.
I bet we don't, because I bet you're gonna be blown away by mine.
Lay it on me.
Garrett Wilson.
I thought about that. Yeah, I did think about either him or Rodgers. That's pretty good.
I don't think they're going to give an offensive player of the year to another quarterback because the MVPs are quarterbacks. It's kind of like the MVP is just...
It's happened before, man.
I know, but when was the last MVP?
Well, you could... Here's the...
That wasn't...
All right, I'll give you mine, Justin Herbert. I think Jalen Hurts could have a year like 25 passing touchdowns, maybe 16 rushing touchdowns. Yeah. That's a lot. Maybe like 12 rushing touchdowns or something. And just... have an all-around great year just like he did last year, but even better. But then Justin Herbert goes on a crazy with Kellen Moore and has like 5,000 passing yards, 40 touchdowns. You can't give it to both, but you got to look at this guy. And
it's possible. I don't know if they will do that to 2 quarterbacks. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, the reason I picked Garrett Wilson, with the addition of Rodgers, his 83 catches and 1,103 yards last year will balloon. Yeah. He also only had 4 touchdowns last year. I think that's probably going to double to triple.
Well, you remember how Rodgers treated Devontae. I think he's going to do the same thing with Wilson. He targeted Devontae, like it was a laser, just like, okay, I'm going to, no matter what. Yeah. But that's what he's going to do with Wilson, I think.
Yeah, and that's why he's my offensive player of the year. And
well done.
You're picking Justin Herbert.
I am.
Well, now it's a lock.
Nice.
Now tell me, Chad, who is your defensive player of the year?
There's no way you have mine. And that's what this is going to be our whiskey wagers for at the end of the year. We're going to take multiple shots at the end of it. Bringing it back. Quinnen Williams.
Yep,
Jets, Quinnen Williams.
Defensive tackle, I believe, right?
Yeah, who is not fat, okay? Tell Mike Evans he's not fat.
Someone say he's fat?
You don't watch Hard Knocks?
No, I didn't finish it yet.
Yeah, it's
not all the way
crazy.
through it.
He gets like kind of sensitive about it. He's
really?
acting goofy, I think, but like his power, I think it's prime Chris Jones. I think like he
does just look like a big old kid though.
He does, man. Yeah, and he's funny. He's a cool kid. I think he's gonna have a career year.
Okay, I got a homer pick this time.
No way. Oh my God, you're picking Pat Surtain.
Pat Surtain.
Oh my God.
Pat Surtain the second. A lot of people have Sauce Gardner, but if you listen to the players and NFL execs who at the beginning of the year voted Pat Surtain the #1 cornerback in the league, I think it's safe to say he will be the defensive player of the year.
He's just getting better.
He is just getting better, and I'm going to give you a stat right now.
Are you going to give me that game-winning touchdown that Devontae had against him?
No, I'm not, because that would be only of 3 that he's allowed in last year.
That's pretty impressive.
In addition, oh shit, that's the wrong part. His 12.5% target rate is the lowest among cornerbacks. With more than 201 snaps, he has played 533. Wow. So what's 12% of 533, Chad? I think it just equals shutdown.
Shutdown, that's what it is.
That's my homer pick.
That's math.
There's not much I'm going to have for the Broncos this year, so I'm going to go defensive player of the year, Pat Surtain second.
I can't help it, but his dad is a Chief, you know. So
was he a Chief?
Yeah,
'Cause
he was a
was
Chief.
with the Dolphins for a long time.
well, yeah, he eventually became
Yeah.
a Chief, I believe. Chiefs, whatever you want to say.
Chiefs, chefs, whatever.
Yeah, shut up. Well, that's good. I definitely could see that.
It's a
he's
possibility.
pretty good. What about offensive rookie of the year, Mr.
You want me to go for that one first? Okay.
Yeah,
This one will be a quarterback for me. It's going to be Anthony Richardson.
No way.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Explain yourself, sir.
With or without Jonathan Taylor, which is now we found out will be the first 4 games at least. I think they should have a decent run game regardless. Their offensive line's been pretty stout in the past. Not to mention their D is still one of the highlights of that team.
I got DeForest Buckner.
DeForest Buckner.
Darius Leonard.
Darius Leonard. So those are 2 things that every rookie quarterback needs to succeed. And I just watched him throw that jump pass off of his fucking left foot,
I haven't
60
seen any
yards
of
on a
his
rope,
highlights.
dude.
I need to watch it.
He jumped past and just was like 60 yards, like
Jesus.
on a rope. Just
He's huge.
yeah. It's like we said, he plays bigger than Derrick Henry. So
Yeah.
but we'll see. I think Frank Reich is a good quarterback or a good coach for a quarterback like that.
He's
And-
really only had shitty quarterbacks there. I mean, Phillip was okay, but that was so late in his
Yeah.
career. It wasn't the same.
And didn't he get the end of luck, or was it after that?
No, I don't think he ever got luck. That was before he got there.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yep.
That's still crazy. He
Yeah.
retired already.
Because Frank Reich was on the Eagles team that won the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And Luck was already out of the league then, I think.
Yeah, dude. They showed the video. I was just bringing it up at work today.
When he walked out and they were booing him.
I hate Colts fans. I hate their organization, how they're treating their players. Like, I know I would be upset if Patrick Mahomes all of a sudden was like, you know what? I love Brittany. I love my kids. My frog voice. Whatever. I can't fucking do it. But it's
We just
like,
got to go out there and have heart.
yeah, that's like
You know,
a
we're going to
really
go out and have
rough-
heart. And just me and Travis Kelce, we're just going to go out there and do everything, you know?
I'm here.
I'm here. I'm here.
He's got a nutty voice, but as much as he's done for this, if he just retired tomorrow, I would be upset. I might shed a tear, but I'm not gonna boo him. I'm not gonna be
Yeah.
like, dude, what the fuck?
There would be, though. There would be a
Oh,
lot
I
of people that
guarantee
boo.
it, because
Yeah.
there's nutcases out there, man. That's why we're on the fringe.
Yeah.
The fringe.
We understand things, you know?
Yeah, we're realists, okay?
Yeah.
Well, my
To a fault sometimes.
oh, definitely too much so. It's our demise a lot of times. You're not gonna believe this one though. This is way out of left field. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Put it here.
Stand
Lock. Jalen Warren.
Jalen Warren.
You're not even gonna know who he is, do you?
Shit.
Dude, oh shit! I'm gonna snag him up in fantasy.
Who's he on?
The Steelers?
Oh, that's who I thought.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought
Najee's
not-
backup.
Oh.
I
was thinking, he's not a rookie, though, is he?
yeah, I'm pretty
I
sure
thought he was here last year.
Well, maybe I'm wrong. Then I got to pick somebody else. But I think Jalen Warren's gonna have a great year.
Maybe you're right. Either
I
way.
thought he was a rookie. Let me type it in. If so, then
I might be thinking of somebody else with the same name. I was going to say it's the Steelers, but I was like, no, because I'm trying to think of what rookie they had.
pour me like a little half shot if I get this wrong, because I could have swore he was a rookie.
You might be right. I could be taking a half shot. I don't know.
He's 24. I don't know. It's not. It's taking a minute.
Let's just see when he was
second
drafted.
season. It does say.
Damn
second
it,
season.
I
I
was
thought he was a
right.
rookie. You son of a bitch.
Oh, I'm gonna pour you a half shot. 'Cause you said
Well,
you're gonna do
that's
it.
dude. I take that. All right. Well, then, offensive rookie of the year.
I mean, a lot of people are picking Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs is definitely a good pick. Tank Bigsby. I've heard a
yeah.
lot about.
And who did he go to?
The Jags.
The Jags, yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, I gave away a good sleeper pick, 15th round, Jalen Warren. I'm gonna.
That is a
snag
good pick, though.
I watched him in fantasy, and the guy is just talented.
Yeah, because what's the other guy's name? Chase.
I'm an idiot. What? Like their star
they,
running
have
back?
they have another wide receiver. What's his name? Chase something.
Wide receiver? You mean running back?
No, on the Steelers. We were talking about Jalen Warren. What's the other wide receiver that the Steelers
But Jalen
have?
Warren's a running back.
Oh, is he a Warren?
Yeah,
oh,
he's
shit.
Najee's backup.
Oh, you
Unfortunately,
did say that. I'm
I
a
think
fucking
Najee
idiot,
is
too.
going to get hurt. But the same way, I'm taking. Did you? Okay, here's
A lot of
stat
people
for
just
you.
say Najee's just not going to do well this year.
Exactly.
He might lose his starting position.
Because Jalen's doing so good. And Najee, he had a couple, I think, games missed last year. He's a workhorse. He's going to get ran a lot. But speaking of wide receivers, dude, George Pickens
Oh, yeah.
and the Steelers.
Pickens.
Yeah, it's so weird. It just like it
The Pickett Pickens connection.
flows off the tongue. It's like a
Well,
nursery
not to
rhyme.
mention, a lot of people were talking about Pickett being legit. Like, he had some really
That's what I was getting at, dude.
preseason games. I think
5 drives,
every drive,
5 touchdowns.
Yeah,
They
Just
had the best
efficiency.
preseason. As far as stats wise,
Tiny hands or not.
the Chiefs had the best as far as like average points per game, team totals,
Yeah.
whatever. But needless to say, when it comes to starters, the Steelers had the best preseason. So
Yeah.
it's something to watch for.
Yeah, let's to see if they get the turnaround, because they definitely almost had their first losing season last year.
That was so close, man.
We'll see if they can climb back up out of the doldrums.
Could have swear you was a rookie. Man.
Son of a bitch.
Oh,
All right,
well.
so defensive rookie of the year. Who do you got, Chad?
Nolan Smith,
Oh, I picked his counterpart.
Jalen Carter.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's the favorite, plus
Yeah.
600.
I basically said because of those two, not to mention the fact that the defensive line had 70 sacks last year. You're looking at these guys basically being, bottom rotation guys. Not necessarily bottom rotation. I think they'll still probably be starters,
Yeah.
but they're not the best guys on that line, and they're gonna reap the benefits of all the attention those guys get. And you're gonna have Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter just running free.
Exactly why I
So,
picked him, man.
yeah.
They're gonna have a season that
I think it could be either one for sure.
Yeah, I mean Jalen Carter's huge. He's monstrous. He's powerful, and then
Killed some people.
he kind of might have helped in that. But it's your initiation in the NFL, unfortunately. But you never know.
Yeah, yes.
But
things you
dude,
gotta
that's
check
why I
off.
picked him. Is Nolan Smith is on the opposite side of Hassan Reddick. He may be filling in for him a lot, but that defense is so ridiculously good, dude. When I was drafting and doing mocks in ESPN, I couldn't understand it. I kept thinking that the Eagles was taken before me, and I was taking defenses like 13th, 14th round, and I'm noticing that they're not picked. There's way far down. Like we were
Yeah.
talking about, Sleeper and ESPN has them ranked way differently. And then so I Googled it. I was like, why is the Eagles, like just Eagles ranked defense? And every like analyst, different website has them ranked like second best defense. I'm like, why the fuck does ESPN have them ranked as like the 20th ranked defense? They only lost like four.
idea.
They
Yeah.
lost like maybe 4 or 5 guys. They lost Javon Hargrave. They
Yeah.
lost some big names, but they just got studs. Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, they literally just drafted. They got Jalen Carter 9 and Nolan Smith 30th.
Yeah.
They traded back in to get him.
And then I think they got like a safety in like the end of the first round or second,
It
or
was the second,
maybe the
because
second
Nolan
round.
was
Yeah.
the end of the first.
That's what it
Yeah.
was. But that's just it, man. I know I brought it up on the podcast, but dude, I was praying the Chiefs would take Nolan Smith, and they fucking got stolen. It sucks.
God damn it.
Yep. Oh well.
Yeah,
But that's
The
our
rich
picks.
can't always get richer.
Put it
Stamp
in
it.
Stamp it.
Yes, we will have a cool stamp sound starting next week. I don't know
I
when
never
we'll
thought
use
we
it.
needed it, but
Yeah.
we should get one.
All of a sudden, you find a need, and you got to fill it.
We're just gonna keep filling the needs.
One thing we did want to talk about, comeback player of the year, we both have pretty much, and I think everybody knows that if DeMar Hamlin starts one single snap
Yeah.
of a game, he's the comeback player of the year. If you die and you come back and play, you just win it automatically.
All you gotta do is play one
snap. Even if he did that and then fucking retired,
Yeah.
comeback player of the year. I
Made
don't
the
care.
roster today,
Yeah.
so he's on his way.
He's good. Cuts happened today. A lot of people lost their jobs.
But what if Alvin Kamara has an awesome year?
What if?
Coming back from being suspended 3 games, I mean, that's huge.
That's tough, dude. I mean,
You never
if it's
know.
not DeMar Hamlin, it's going to be Russell Wilson, because Russ is going to cook this year, guys. He's in the kitchen.
That's hilarious, guys. I think he's forgetting the line that's in front of Russ.
It's okay.
Yeah.
They're freaking terrible. But that is going to do it for the NFL, I think.
I think so.
So let's get into the NBA.
Take it roll! Take it roll! Outlet! Outlet! Right there! Sandy, come on! Sandy! Sandy!
When he rubs up against the face. The sweat, dude. That is nasty.
On the belly, yes.
Oh, my God.
My legs burn. All right, guys. It is time for the NBA. There's not a lot going on because FIBA's happening. and
Yep,
that is
that's the big news story.
The big news story. Chad, fill him in on why it's the big news story.
It is
story.
because the USA is dominating like always with a bunch of young players led by Anthony Edwards. We talked about him a little bit last week. Steve Kerr, I did see where him and Jaren Jackson are going at it a little bit because of Jackson's lack of defense. So a little bit of a storyline to follow.
Yeah, another big thing. Jalen Brunson, who had been kind of quiet the first couple games, brought the energy. He was going off on the refs and made sure to keep the momentum on the U.S.'s side. He went 5 for 5 shooting for 13 points. As you said, Ant has been pretty regular in terms of bringing it. He did start this game 1 of 6, though, but found his stride and finished with 13 points. The big thing, though, Austin Reeves is the star, throwing down dunks, talking trash, drawing fouls on his way to 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. But you brought up the defense. Jaren Jackson may not be bringing it, but guess who is? That would be Paolo Banchero and Tyrese Halliburton.
Dude, that block was pretty sweet.
Yeah. Halliburton had 2 blocks, and Banchero battled in the post and racked up the stops in the paint. The U.S. takes on Jordan tomorrow, I think at like 2:30 we discovered.
Yeah, 2:30 in the morning.
Eastern Standard Time. So 2:30 here, you can watch the U.S. take on Jordan.
So wake up, set your alarms.
Wouldn't normally be something you would want to tune into, but you may want to tune into this game because Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, he's playing as a naturalized citizen of Jordan. He was a 2015 NBA first-round pick. He's kind of fallen by the wayside, but he's had a resurgence here in FIBA. He's now went off for 39 points Monday night. He had a crazy 4-point play with 10 seconds left that forced overtime. It was like, basically like Tracy McGrady style burst. He scored 7 points in 7 seconds late in the fourth quarter to give Jordan a chance to beat New Zealand and get in position to advance in the tournament. They did run out of gas and lose in overtime, but all the fans in the arena started chanting Kobe. And a lot of people now are talking about Rondé Hollis-Jefferson as the left-handed Mamba. The only thing different, really, aside from him and Kobe, and obviously the stats and the perennial Hall of Fame All-Star greatest ever career.
Yeah.
He plays exactly like him. He's studied all of his moves and mimicked them, and now he even kind of looks like him. If you put it side by side, they look almost identical, but he's left-handed. So
interesting. Well, that's
something
my
to look
homework.
at.
That's my homework.
Yeah,
I'm
go
gonna
check him
it
out.
I'm gonna look into it.
The other thing was the final restricted free agent was signed. That's P.J. Washington agrees to a 3-year, $48 million deal to stay with the Charlotte Hornets. Chad didn't even know who P.J. Washington was. So.
See, I thought you were talking about P.J. Walker for the Nuggets, but
no, wasn't. And there's also a P.J. Walker that's a backup quarterback.
For the Panthers.
I think he just got cut.
Isn't that the name of our Nuggets though? Was P.J. Walker? Was it P.J. something else?
I don't remember.
I know.
And now that we're talking about it, it's like when you hear a song that sounds like another song, and you literally can't think of the other song that sounds like.
It's
happened to me the other night.
Confused in you, but I think the problem is I'm thinking of PB and J.
Mm.
Like it's like the first thing that comes in my head, and I get hungry, and then I just get confused.
I love a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Dude.
You want to know
Crunchy or
weird?
peanut butter? Crunchy or creamy?
I'm more of a creamy guy.
Really?
Yeah, and you want to know something else weird?
You softy.
You want to know something else weird? And this is going to freak you out.
You like to put Cheetos in it?
I like to put a slice of American cheese on it.
What? Dude, that is disgusting.
You think so? Meryl says the same thing. My dad got me started on this.
Oh my! Like
don't
on
know
a
how.
PB&J.
Yeah, dude, you just said Cheetos. Like it's cheese.
Do
you put Cheetos on your PB&J? Because
No,
that's
never.
almost just as
There was
fucking
one
weird.
time. It was
So-
one time.
Oh,
I was
okay.
really drunk,
Yeah,
all right?
that's what they all say.
Yeah.
I let her stick the finger in there one time.
That's
it's
nasty.
you think it's weird, and honestly, I've tried a lot of cheeses. You know what the best is though? Kraft.
Well, yeah.
Just if you're gonna go that shitty,
They
you gotta
gotta
have
figure it
shitty
out.
cheese. So
Yeah, they gotta have that fake cheese.
yeah, it's not even real. But that's a little
Damn,
TMI.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
I don't eat
interesting.
PBJs that often, but when
Yeah.
I do, a little slice of cheese does good. You're gonna
That's
try it,
hilarious.
dude. I mean, you think about it. There's the crackers, cheese and peanut butter crackers already happened right there.
Yeah.
Throw a little jelly on there, can't get any
It's
worse.
like you're putting a charcuterie board in a
dude.
sandwich.
Yeah, it's just like ghetto charcuterie.
That's
all in one
fucking
thing.
hilarious. Yeah, that was nuts.
I knew that was gonna freak you out.
That
But the
was
first
great.
time Meryl saw me do it, she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I was like, "Putting cheese on my PB.
It's so normal.
What are you doing?" She's like, "That's fucking gross." And I was like, "Yeah, well, it's pretty good." So in your face.
That's fantastic.
So now you all know about my PB&J eating habits.
Everybody has their own little idiosyncrasies.
Yeah, idioms and idiosyncrasies.
There we go.
Let's get into the F1 because it was a big week in F1 this week.
Hit it.
Max Verstappen is the best ever. Not yet, but soon will be. And I'll tell you why. As soon as all these cars race by at a high rate of speed.
I see it. They're blowing past us.
Max Verstappen wins his 9th straight Grand Prix, tying Sebastian Vettel's record. He did it in front of his home crowd in Deutschland because it was the Dutch Grand Prix this weekend. It started at 7. Chad almost caught the end of it, but then there was a rain delay because this race battled through book-ending rain showers, one to start and one to end. Like we said, there was that 45-minute delay. Verstappen now leads his teammate Perez, who's in second, by 138 points.
That's ridiculous. What are the normal differentials in between people on those point rankings?
Oh, man, I'd have to look. I know third.
Just taking a shot in the dark, it's normally like 5 to 10 points, right?
I mean, probably like 20.
Around that range. 138 is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. Fernando Alonso. Okay, so here, I guess this shakes it out. Sergio Perez, 201. Fernando Alonso in third, 168. Lewis Hamilton, 156. Carlos Sainz Jr., 102. Max Verstappen, 339.
Wow. Yeah, 20 to 30 points, 10 points, stuff like that.
Yeah, because I just saw when you break it down, you get 25 points for first, 18 for second. Third, you get 15. Fourth, 12. Fifth, 10th. I think all the way through 8th, you get points, and then it stops.
Damn. But, okay, so explain to me what happened. Because when I woke up, I was like, all right, I'm going to watch this week. And then there was a long rain delay, and then I got busy making breakfast. So, like, did they continue? How did he deal with the rain is what I was wondering.
Well, they were racing through it, and it got to the point where, like, you couldn't even see. Like, they cut to the guy's helmet cams, and the water off the tires is just washing their face. So, and they're still going, like, fucking 100 miles per hour. You can't see shit. And, like, the rooster tails off the tires is just blinding. The guy in front of you, all you see is a wall of water coming off of his tires.
Oh, God.
So if you watch the videos of them racing when there's like fucking crazy rain, it's scary.
Well,
like,
I saw that's what I kept trying to check out. It was like every time I was looking, they were cleaning up a wreck or something. You know?
Yeah, there was a couple of wrecks at the end, and then that's when they red flagged it. Was I think the second wreck that happened. Then there was a 45-minute delay. But yeah, it was a pretty crazy race. Basically, Verstappen just led the whole way. So
nuts.
Yeah, once he's in first, that's it. So.
Wow.
Let me see. There's a couple other things I wanted to add. Basically, right now, by the Qatar GP, which is Qatar, whatever, however you say that. People say Qatar. Some people say Qatar.
Yeah, it's tough.
We'll say the Qatar GP in early October. He should have it officially locked up. So he's won 11 of 13 this year. After passing Ayrton Senna's 41 Grand Prix wins early this year, he's now behind number 4 all-time Alain Prost's 51 Grand Prix wins. His current pace will put him past Sebastian Vettel in number 3 at 53 wins. By the end of this season, he should be sitting only behind Michael Schumacher, who has 91 wins, and then Sir Lewis Hamilton, who has 103. So he still basically has like 40 to 50 wins to catch second and first. So,
but, well, I mean,
he's sitting at 46, though, right now.
How old is he? He's like 26, maybe?
He's 22.
What the fuck?
No, wait. 2016, he was 18. 2017, 19. 2018, 20, 2019, 21. He's like 24 years old.
Yeah. He's like Patrick Mahomes. He's going to easily break everything.
Yeah, at this rate, I don't know what he's not going to break because let me just see what his actual age is.
That's fucking crazy. Because, I mean, drivers can go up to like, what,
he's
low
25.
30s? That was close. Okay.
I think, how old is Fernando Alonso? I think Fernando Alonso is 41.
When he finished?
He's still racing.
Oh, I see. Damn. So they can go for, like, dude, he could rack this up to where nobody's going to be able to touch him.
Yeah, Fernando Alonso is 42, and he's now sitting third in points.
That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to be able to drive fast, Once you lose the ability to drive fast, who knows when that is.
Well, I mean, I know this is just a movie, but I take a lot of it. Sylvester Stallone and Driven.
Driven, yeah.
It was
I almost
fucking
wanted,
awesome.
I almost wanted to call it Drive.
I know.
I just remember
that was
the
a cool
coolest-
Ryan Gosling movie.
I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah,
Holy
it was
shit.
badass, dude.
Yeah, I just remember that scene when they were driving down the street and the sewer caps were flying off because of the downforce. They were,
because
like,
of
sucking-
Stallone?
Well, yeah, like as the cars were going by. I guess supposedly, I don't know if this is true or not, but I guess when they race in the streets, they have to weld down the sewer caps because like the suction of the car as they go by will suck them up. I don't know if that's real or not. But I think that's what
Totally
that
makes
sign
sense, man.
or what that scene from that movie was is like they were driving down normal streets and they're like ripping the sewer caps up.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know.
I believe it.
So yeah, he's basically, they're on pace to win the first full season completely unbeaten. So Red Bull right now is just,
Dominating.
far and beyond everybody else. So
That's nuts.
yeah, that's
Pretty interesting, though, because
definitely
when
interesting.
we see greatness at any sport, it's fascinating.
Yeah, and it's like you were saying, dude, this guy's 25 years old. If he raced for another 15 years, he's probably going to blow Lewis Hamilton. And Lewis Hamilton could still add to his. I mean, he's at 103. He could still win a couple of races here and there. But I don't know at this rate. If Verstappen's just dominating by everybody.
Nobody can beat him.
I think this was the closest. I think there was only 3 seconds of because of the rain.
Yeah, that makes
it just
sense.
slowed everybody down. But yeah, so it's
Where's
pretty crazy.
Where's the next?
The next
race?
one is the Italian Grand Prix. That is
Whoa.
this weekend
That
at
sounds cool.
Monza circuit. So,
Like what city or part of Italy?
I don't know what part of Italy, but
That's
it's
gonna be
there.
cool.
And then I did see that Ferrari is doing like they call it livery, the shit on the sides of the car, livery. I don't
Okay.
know. They're doing like a cool throwback, like yellow and red livery on the cars this week. So since it's in Italy and it's Ferrari's home thing, they're doing a fancy thing.
That's cool.
So yeah, that's
Too
it.
bad they're gonna lose.
Yeah, they're gonna probably get dominated by Verstappen yet again. So that does it for F1. Chad, do you want to get into the MLB or golf first?
Golf. Hit it.
Golf.
Son of a bitch, Paul. Why didn't you just go home?
Shout out Bob
That's your
Barker.
home. Are you
No,
fucking
rest in
me at
peace.
home? Answer
99,
me.
just under $1. Crazy.
He was so close to that dollar
Nuts. Well, that's perfect. You want to get right under
because you
that
want to
dollar.
get under it. Yeah, well, I
That's
thought
wild.
you could get the dollar and you win.
Well, you remember like whenever you would guess the Showcase Showdown or
Yeah.
anything like that, you want to get to the dollar. So it's like, it's just, But
yeah,
it's
rest in
kind of
peace.
nuts.
He was made. I mean, that movie kind of like brought him to the younger generation.
Yeah, totally.
Because then, of course, all of us, when we were ever homesick from school, you were watching Price is Right. What else? Judge Judy. Fucking Jerry Springer. All those classic. Maury.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was all part of the morning sick school days.
It's crazy you say just morning sick because I took that to a whole nother level. I kind of planned my college classes around Price is Right.
Did you really?
I was a big fan of Price is Right and playing Madden. I was kind of addicted to Madden. So I would make sure I had like a gap from like 10 to 12 where I would get to watch it every single day.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that about you.
I'm good at Price is Right, dude. Ask me. What
well, you
can
you should go on there and try and win some.
I don't like Drew Carey. It's not the same.
It isn't the same.
No, but RAP, that's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, talk about golf, Chad, because Victor Hovland dominating right now.
He is, man. Out of Norway, too. How often do you think you get to golf in Norway? Like 3 months out of the year? Like, what the fuck, man?
That's probably why he lives here and sounds like he lives here a long time because he does not have any sort of accent.
Yeah, he kills it. And he won the FedEx Cup with, like, the best 2 weeks of his career. He golfed the 61 course record last week and then a 63 this week, which I'm not sure if it was a course record, but goddamn, it had to be close.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been dominating. It's crazy to see the turnaround for him because there was that little bit there where in the beginning, I feel like, of the PGA Tour, he was like, we've been talking about him, but now he fell off. And then all of a sudden, he wins 2 fucking tour, wins 2 tour tournaments. And now he's, probably close up there to the best in the world now. with the run he's been on.
I think he's got to be climbing.
He's got to have passed Shoffley at this point because...
Yeah. And I do have to correct myself because, not so much correct, but last week I said Brooks Koepka wasn't going to make the Ryder Cup. I did see news that
he wasn't supposed to.
He wasn't supposed to, but they have the option of being chosen. So.
Yeah, and I forget who's the Ryder Cup captain for the U.S., but he's like, yeah, he did enough to make
Scotty.
it. Is it Scotty? Scheffler?
Because he had the most amount of points throughout the
yeah.
year. Yep. So that is your Ryder Cup team. Should be a good one. But watch out. I don't know if how does that work when it's the English team? Is it only English players or?
I think it's Europe versus America.
That's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Because yeah, they should use Hovland if he's not already on there.
Well, he'd probably be on the European team,
Yeah.
but it should be a
Shows
good
you how-
Ryder Cup,
yeah.
nonetheless.
It
Those
definitely
ones are always fun because they're always just shit talking and like everybody's all mic'd up and it's usually like a cooler,
Yeah.
laid back tournament type thing.
I'm looking
so
forward to that one.
It's always fun to watch the Ryder Cup if
I
you get the
agree.
chance.
But that was the news for golf, and Hovland continues his reign.
He does, and we're gonna continue our reign right into the MLB.
Vaughn, a juvenile delinquent in the offseason in his major league debut.
Gonna light your ass up, meat.
Vaughn into the windup in his first offering. Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
Just a bit outside. Speaking about just a bit outside the realm of things that should be happening on a baseball field or within a baseball stadium, the one thing that I wanted to bring up was the happenings last night and 4 nights ago. As at Guaranteed Rate Field, there was a shooting involving fans that happened inside of the baseball stadium.
Damn.
2
That's
women
not
were
good.
wounded. One suffered a shot to the leg. I think one got grazed by a bullet in the abdomen. But now everybody's freaking out. Like, how the hell did anybody get a gun into a baseball stadium? You have to go through fucking metal detectors. So
Right.
how the hell did that happen? And then last night, you brought it up, but the incident involving Ronald Acuna Jr.
This was nuts.
Yeah, multiple people ran onto the field. It's super weird. Like, you don't know what's going on. You see the security guys running, but this guy gets all the way up to Ronald Acuna Jr., whips out his phone for a selfie. Security gets there. They're trying to drag him off of Ronald Acuna Jr. At the same time, another fan comes running up, gets involved in the fracas, if you will.
Yep.
Actually takes Ronald Acuna Jr. to the ground.
He kind of falls
He
down
fell,
with it.
but yeah, I mean,
He just kind of was going along with things.
Yeah.
Yep.
But needless to say, 4 total people ran onto the field. One jumped out and then jumped back into the stands, and then a third, I don't know where they came from, but yeah, it's crazy. And now
Dude, that was nuts.
The MLBPA is worried about player safety, and they're going to be ramping up things around baseball fields to stop shit from happening like that. I can't believe a gun got into a
That's
fucking
what's
stadium.
fucking
That's
scary,
crazy.
man. Yeah, I've walked. We've gone through the Rocky Stadium. There's really no way that they do metal detectors, but there's a lot of ghost guns out there. There's
That's
a
true. You can
lot. I
fucking
mean,
3D print a gun at home now.
and aside from that, man, like we've both been at Rockies where like you could throw something into like an area where you could catch it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you could totally drop stuff in and then go around and go grab it. Yeah, definitely. There's a whole
Yeah.
bunch of little barrier openings and shit.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess if we really wanted to, I don't think they've gotten to the bottom. It took them a while to figure out if the shots even came from inside of the stadium.
that's true. Yeah.
They didn't know if it was like shots from outside that came in or what, but yeah, it's super weird. Definitely a scary situation. But all I can say is thank you to the Braves for beating up on the Rockies 14-4. You helped me hit my parlay. Nice.
He had a good parlay. That was cool.
Yeah, Chad's getting me into the betting now. I'm
Those parlays pay off. I can't wait for
Turning
football
into
to
a
do it, man.
degenerate.
I feel like seriously, I cannot try to sound cool like this. I fucking sound like a loser because people are doing parlays forever.
Yeah.
And I'm just now
We're new to the
catching
game.
on to it. They're like, all right, well, okay, if I just like do a little this game, then it'll work out. But as long as you put logic to it, then you can hit it pretty often.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been doing.
Baseball,
And so-
it's a little bit easier. I do feel like in football, it's a little tougher because you got the whole any given Sunday thing. Anybody can win on any day.
that's true.
Baseball, it does seem like you can definitely play it a little bit more to your favor,
And speaking
especially
of-
towards the end of the season.
And there's just a lot more predictability when it comes to baseball because I did a small bet last night, $3 on the run line, which is 1.5 for the Braves last night. The Braves had to hit the most homers in baseball easily this year. They're
Yeah.
slugging it out of the park everywhere they go. You put them up in Mile High, where it's like easy as fuck to hit a home run.
Yeah, 14-4.
14-4. That's where it paid off. I should have put like $20 on that, but that's just it. It's like there's
Speaking
some.
of which, right this week, I'm not going to call this a lock, but if I were you, I would bet heavy on the point spread on the Colorado Buffaloes TCU game, and I would bet on CU to cover that point spread.
What's the point spread?
21.5.
Well, they lost Max Dugan, didn't they?
Yeah. TCU's favored by 21.5 over
That's
Colorado.
what I'm saying. Is like it's like Georgia. Any new starting quarterback is not. You're gonna have a tough time,
Dude, I'm gonna hit that one straight up, but it's part of a parlay I got right now.
Nice. That's good to see. That's this Saturday too, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's fucking awesome.
College football started last Saturday. Was the first game. So it was
USC and Notre Dame play too.
Oh yeah, that's right. They played in Ireland.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, let's see what my parlay tonight is. I'll tell you real quick.
Let's hear it.
I got a 4-leg parlay, and I got $10. I can win 52. I got Phillies.
$10 on a parlay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
It's only 4 teams. That's why.
Okay, so let's give it. Let me give you the scores right now.
Phillies minus 160. These are just straight up money lines.
Yep.
Cubs minus 130. Braves over the Rockies. Mariners over the Athletics. The only 2 really questionable games are the first 2. The Braves should destroy the Rockies, and the Mariners should destroy the Athletics.
Yeah, the Mariners are on a run right now. That's what I got to talk about. So you had the Mariners; they have yet to play. Then the
Rockies
Braves
and Mariners haven't started. The only game's Philly and the Cubs.
I'm almost there.
Philly, Angels, Cubs, Brewers.
Yeah, 4-2. The Angels are leading the Phillies right now.
Shit!
Damn it!
I'm already gonna lose it.
All right.
Son
Well,
of a
at least
bitch.
you took a shot, man. That's
all
what it's
you
about.
can do. Yeah.
Well, in the MLB, huge news. It's super unfortunate. The unicorn, Shohei Ohtani, tears his I almost said UCLA. Like the college.
And at the college. He did it at
tears
the
his
college. He tore the UCL at the UCLA college.
Thank God for whiskey.
He will be going there for his Tommy John surgery. No. Big unfortunate news. He's still playing, though, I thought. He is still
just
hitting.
not pitching.
Yeah. Because you can hit without UCL tendon. But
Sling the bat
it is
around.
a huge bummer because he was just about to get the massive contract. He's still going to get the massive contract. At this point, Tommy Johns are becoming like I wouldn't honestly be surprised if kids in high school start getting Tommy Johns preemptively. It's like that. I just feel like, especially if you're a pitcher, it's gonna happen. So I could just see it actually becoming like a preemptive surgery.
Once you get that wear and tear, it's like, let's just get
it's
out
probably
of the way.
gonna happen. You got a downtime. Let's just go and put a cadaver UCL in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a super huge bummer.
He's done pitching for the year. He's not going to pitch anymore.
He's still dominating batting though.
He
So I
definitely
did hit
is.
another home run the other night. So that's not slowing him down there, but we will see what implications that has on his contract signing.
But the
might only be $500 million.
Yeah, that's definitely what it will be. The big news out of the MLB right now is the red hot Seattle Mariners. They've won 11 out of their now after last night, 12 out of their last 13. A couple nights ago, they swept the Royals, my pitiful Royals,
Yeah.
to take the lone possession of first place in the AL West. And they did this after Luis Castillo pitched 7 shutout innings, and then Rodriguez and another dude, I can't remember his name, I didn't write it down, homered in the game and just continued their dominance. Like Rodriguez, J-Rod, as he's known now.
Yeah.
He won Rookie of the Year last year, so he's no new up and comer. He's got a name
cool
behind
nickname.
him. Yeah, J-Rod is on a 13-game hitting streak, and then recently, just last night, beat Alex Rodriguez's home run record while he was on the Mariners with youngest player to hit 3 home runs in a row.
Yeah, I think I saw something today too. He's had back-to-back games with 4+ hits.
Mm-hmm. He had that 17 hits in 4 games. I think we talked about it last week.
Guys breaking pitchers, basically.
He's just over that span, over the last 22 games or something like that, he's batting .561, and it's ridiculous.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So, and because of that, the Mariners have completely turned their season around. They were 10.5 games back in mid-July, and now they're in first place.
Yeah, well, and let's get through the rest of the standings, unless you got something else to talk about.
That's it, buddy.
Let's get through the standings.
All right. American League East Division, Baltimore Orioles still in first place, 82 and 49. And then the Rays started red hot and slowed down quite a bit, 2.5 games back. Central Division, Minnesota Twins, 69-63, 7 games back. The Guardians, My poor Royals right now, almost at 100 losses. 28.5 games back at last place. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seattle Mariners in first place, right ahead the Rangers. Man, that's the race of this whole thing. Because then, was it Scherzer went to the Rangers?
Yeah, and then Verlander went to the Astros, and now they were teammates, and now they're battling for first.
Each one of those teams are a game back. Like, this is going to come down to the wire for all of those teams.
That'll be a fun one to watch.
One of them will catch the wild card, so one of them is going to get bumped out. In the NL, we just talked about them. The Atlanta Braves still in first place, 85-45, best team in baseball. Central Division, Milwaukee Brewers, 74-57. And then the West Division, Los Angeles Dodgers, 81-49. They are seriously climbing to try to surpass #1 seed from the Braves. They keep getting better.
The dang old Dodgers?
Yeah.
The Dodgers?
All that money.
Yeah. You hope it starts working eventually.
It needs to. If you're going to put all that money into it.
Yeah. Well, that's going to do it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Let's jam out.
Let's jam out. We have MESSIAHVORE. This is the final week of MESSIAHVORE. We thank them greatly for allowing us to use their tunes. The name of this song is DECONSTRUCTOR, and it's off their new album, TRANSVERSE. Take a listen, and we will be back here in just a bit. are back. You
Yes,
just
we are.
heard MESSIAHVORE. The name of that song was DECONSTRUCTOR off of their latest album, TRANSVERSE. We appreciate them greatly for letting us use their tunes for the music break this whole month. We will have Chad's cousin next month.
That's right. We already got it planned out.
Already planned. But in the meantime, if you haven't yet, please go like and follow MESSIAHVORE on all things streaming. And you can go ahead and check out their merch and where they're playing on MESSIAHVORE.com. Let's move on to the rest of the show, Chad.
Let's fucking get
Let's
into it, man.
Let's get into it. Let us do it. Let's get weird. You want to get into the rec center right away?
Yeah, I'm down.
Let's do it. I forgot I need to come. I have more homework. I need to come up with a rec center thing. So
We'll
we
figure it
need
out.
A little something for
Now
it.
we're
But-
gonna rec center you.
Yeah. We're gonna get wrecked. Get wrecked at the rec center. But yeah, what is your rec center for this week?
It's BS High on
BS
Max right now.
Hi on Max.
Yeah, it's something I got to be totally honest. I've only gotten like 20 minutes into, but I knew like I am gonna watch the rest of this because just like the whole crazy craze that came through with Fire Festival and everybody watching those different documentaries and docuseries. The same thing's going to happen with this, man, because it was a total sham. There was this one guy that like called himself self-proclaimed honest liar.
I like
Complete
that.
Contradiction right there.
I like it.
Yep.
Sometimes you just gotta go with what sounds good.
Yeah. Be honest and what's true. Yeah. So he basically tried to create this high school football team that wasn't a part of a school, that didn't have any real trainers, and created all of this hype behind him to get put on ESPN. And once they got it on ESPN, they got blown out like 58-0.
Really bad, yeah.
Players got hurt, and they weren't matched up for this amazing IMG school, which is like one of the best schools in the nation.
I think that IMG school is kind of like what they were trying to be, right?
Oh,
'Cause
totally.
That IMG
Yeah.
school is kind of similar. It's like a charter school.
I can't
almost
remember
that-
what it spells out, but yeah.
It's literally like these kids go there to play football. And that's it.
Yeah. It was like a sports academy, and that's what this guy was trying to create, but without all of the real core substance behind it. And it led into an investigation after those players got hurt and the validity behind a lot of it. And
I
just
remember
like,
when that happened. I was trying to. It was like 2 or 3 years ago, wasn't it?
2021 is when the game was
so 2 years ago.
broadcast.
Yeah, I remember when that happened, and everybody was talking about that school, and then they just literally just got annihilated.
Annihilated.
Yeah.
58-0, man. It was embarrassing for
But
the
that
team.
IMG school is like the best high school football team in the nation,
national
basically.
champs
So,
every year, yeah.
how many episodes is it?
I
Or is
didn't
it
see
just
how
one
many
thing?
episodes
Is
it
it,
was. I don't know. I just started watching it.
Sometimes I get bummed out when it's episodes. I'm like, just make it one fucking thing. I don't
Yeah.
want to watch fucking 4 intros.
You know, honestly, I kind of prefer the episode thing because, like, her and I, like, most times, like, we can't do movies throughout the week because we got time for like after our workout, after we
it's hard.
eat dinner. There's time for like an hour, so a show's perfect.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
yeah.
I guess that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we started watching fucking Black Panther last night, and we got like halfway through it, and
That's
I was
all you
falling
can
asleep.
do. Yeah, especially that's
But
probably
then
a 2.5
we
hour movie.
It's 2 hours and 53
So, what
minutes.
do you think of Ahsoka?
It's pretty good so far. I
Do
liked
you remember who Sabine is?
No, but Meryl does.
Yeah,
because
that's
she's
cool.
from. It's not the Clone Wars, is it? It's
Rebels.
from
Star Wars
yeah.
Rebels. Yeah,
So yeah, I'm having to pick up on things, but
dude,
you know.
I'm telling you. You know, I know this sounds weird,
Yeah.
but if I had to admit, if I was into aliens,
Sabine.
Sabine's not an alien. She's totally human. But
I mean, she could
nerd.
be.
That's
She's
my
a
nerd police
Mandalorian,
on her.
right?
She's a Mandalorian, or whatever
Mando.
you want to call them. Alien to Earth.
Yeah.
Ahsoka's pretty fucking hot.
Well, yeah, dude, Rosario Dawson,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
pretty hot.
she is.
What was it? Death Proof, pretty hot.
I never saw that movie.
You never saw Death
I
Proof?
know. I need to check that movie out. Damn it. We got this TV. It's just like, remember that one time when I put on Purple Rain? It's like, let's just put it on.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that because just like I had not seen Purple Rain, then you're just blowing me away with the things you haven't seen. You've
Death
seen,
Proof. I've
you
never
saw,
seen Death Proof. That's like not.
you
like
saw
that
the
common.
other one, right, about the zombies?
And her.
No, because there was 2 movies that Quentin Tarantino made one movie, and then what's his name?
Robert Rodriguez. made
Robert
it.
Rodriguez made the other one, and
I feel like I saw
Tarantino
the
did
other
Death Proof, and the other one was fucking. God damn it!
I don't know. I feel like I might have saw him, but I don't remember.
Yeah, and they like came out and they first ran at drive-in movie theaters.
Oh wow, that's cool.
And they played them back to back as like a double feature. Fuck, now I
From
can't
Dusk
remember.
Till Dawn.
It's not From Dusk Till
that's
Dawn.
a
That's a great
vampire
movie,
movie,
though.
yeah.
Shit, Death Proof. I'm gonna have to look it up, dude, because it's gonna blow me away that I can't fucking think of it. And Grindhouse.
Oh no, I haven't seen that movie.
You haven't seen either of
I
them?
know, yeah.
Dude.
I know, right?
Death Proof's a good one. I like it better than Grindhouse.
Is
Grindhouse
that the
is
movie
just
where
weird.
the chick's got the gun as a leg?
That's Grindhouse,
Yep,
yeah. And
okay.
that's, what's her name? Rose McGowan?
Yep, Rose
Yeah.
McGowan. Yeah.
But Death Proof was cool because it's like about this. Kurt Russell plays like this old school fucking stuntman
Oh, cool.
who drives like a badass crazy car, and he ends up fucking around with these girls and trying to kill them and stuff. And
Whoa.
Rosario Dawson's in it, and then like
Sweet.
yeah. But I mean, her in Clerks.
Oh no, totally. And that's what's rad is like she's in a lot of like cult classic nerd stuff.
Yeah.
Clerks, Daredevil on Netflix. If Meryl's into
the
Marvel,
show?
that kind of threw me off. If
Meryl's into Marvel.
I know Meryl's into Marvel, dude. Daredevil is superb.
The show.
The show on Netflix. Now
Not
it's on Disney Plus.
The Ben Affleck.
No, that
Daredevil
one's lame.
movie.
That one's lame.
No.
Don't
What about
watch that.
Elektra?
Some people don't like that one. I'm a fan
You
of
liked
it.
it?
It's hard not to think of Requiem for a Dream with that one. Oh no, that's Jennifer Connelly. I get the Jennifers mixed up. That's Jennifer Garner.
That's Jennifer Garner, yeah.
Yeah.
Requiem for a Dream is a weird fucking movie.
Dude, so Darren Aronofsky, man, he's made some weird movies. Did you ever see Moon?
No.
I think he made that movie. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Darren Aronofsky made Moon with Sam Rockwell.
Oh, now I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah.
super weird movie. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's cool. What the fuck were we even talking about?
Watch BS High.
Oh, BS High. That's
it's on
right.
Max. Yeah.
I'm going to recommend Swamp Kings on Netflix.
Tim Tebow.
Yes.
Pray.
A lot of people are saying the Saudi government should take some pointers on Netflix for sports washing, because that's basically all the show was like a puff piece for Urban Meyer.
You mean like the Saudis should use it for live or something? What are you talking
Just like, because it's sports washing. It's just this is like a good protocol for how to sports wash,
Yeah.
even though they've done that with, live and all that stuff.
No,
But
I feel you.
I mean, it was a pretty good documentary. I think it's 4 parts. They skip over a lot of stuff that is pretty pertinent. I mean, Aaron Hernandez is just mentioned as a player.
That's crazy, dude. Like, how are you not going to talk about how he murdered
they talked
people?
about one fight that Tim Tebow happened, because he said Tebow and him came out of like a bar or something, or a party, and somebody was hurling racist expletives at Aaron Hernandez, and Tebow said, I probably could have done more to stop it, but once it gets to a certain point, there's no going back. And then I guess Aaron Hernandez beat the shit out of that guy.
Whoa.
That was like the only thing they really mentioned about Aaron Hernandez. They did not talk to Percy Harvin, who at the time was like next to Tebow, the reason why the Gators were the Gators.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. They don't talk about Urban Meyer's supposed heart attack. They gloss over his tenure at the Jaguars, which was so wrought with everything that could go wrong and
Every
head
possible
coaching.
thing. Getting a lap dance from some chick after you're supposed to be on the team
Nathaniel
playing.
Hackett was just inept, but Urban Meyer was like, what can I do to fuck this up?
I think there should be an Adam Sandler movie that's made about Urban Meyer. Dude. I think
I
that'd
just
be
called it
awesome.
Bourbon Urban.
Nice.
But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good, overall, it's a pretty entertaining thing to watch. I was telling Chad beforehand, watching Tim Tebow give like speeches and shit, you see why people even on the Broncos, like they talked about it in that Broncos run, they're like, I don't know what it was, dude, but he would just we would be down 2 scores and he would come in the huddle and we would just fucking believe that we were going to go out there and win. And then we did by like 6-3,
That's the
I think
Jesus
that was
power.
the Chiefs game right there.
Dude,
wasn't it
yeah.
6-3?
Something like
or
that.
9-6 or
Yeah,
something
it was
like
really
that?
low.
It was super low scoring.
Well, the first thing I think of too is the infamous pass against the Steelers that you witnessed,
yeah.
right?
I wasn't there for that one.
I thought you were there.
No,
You
we were
at the
working at
Ravens
Joe's.
one.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
But that was the first year of the overtime rules changing, and when Demarius ran to the end zone, everybody thought the game had to keep going, and they're like, "It's over," and people are like, "What? It's over? Why? Why is it over?" But yeah,
He's got that Jesus power with him.
Yeah, and that's why he's like a huge motivational speaker now.
Yeah, he is. He is.
But you can definitely tell by the guys they picked. I mean, Tebow wouldn't have done it if they were shitting on Urban Meyer. So
exactly,
you know right away by who's involved how it's gonna go. But it was still pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
4 episodes on Netflix. You can fly through it pretty quick.
Sweet, I'll check that out.
It does try to make you feel good about Urban Meyer, and then at the same time, you're like, this guy's still a piece of shit.
Well, yeah, if anybody knows any recent events of him, they know that he's just an awful person.
They did talk about the shit he did when he took over Florida, though, like to get like a hold of the team. I guess he made them all show up. They didn't even know who he was really yet. He made them show up at 5 a.m, and they had to run every stair in the stadium.
God damn.
From top to bottom.
That's smart, though.
And then
That's
I
good
guess
approach.
like when they first started doing it, they started doing these mat drills, which, I mean, people were getting fucking choked out. They show videos of it. Dudes are fucking getting choked out. Because what it is it's basically 2 guys go at each other, and you're supposed to stop this guy from getting to your side. And so, like, these guys are, like, dude, like, guillotining dudes in college, in, like, a college sport, like, you know, training room. Fucking choking people out. Guys are fainting. They're calling them pussies. These guys are puking. They're like, come on, man. They're like, get up, be a man. The guy's, like, puking on the ground. Like,
see, that's way different than, like, the Oklahoma drill. That's, like, the Oklahoma, but instead of,
Oklahoma,
hitting.
you just laid down. They said hut. You both jumped up and then just fucking ran at each other full speed.
Jumped up. That's not the way we did it. We were 5 yards apart in 3-point stance, and boom, we already were ready to go.
See, I guess there's different ways.
Yeah, I'm sure there's different ways.
I think I've done it that way too, but there was a lot of people where you laid on the ground and it was like, get up and then run.
Yeah, that's probably more of a workout.
Yeah,
but
you know.
Damn, dude, I need to watch the Swamp Kings. That sounds.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch BSI and then watch Swamp Kings.
I'll have to also
and
watch
I wanted to reiterate another recommendation you had a few episodes ago.
Shit.
Dude. I still have one episode left on Playmakers.
I think
on
I've got
Spotify.
2 left.
Man, that shit is fascinating.
Yeah.
Hearing these NFL coaches and the tree from it, there's no other place like the NFL where you can get a job because you know somebody or you're related to somebody.
Dude, it's just like they had a joke back when McVay first got his coaching, like after the first couple years, the Odu McVay.
Yeah.
Which is like if you just fucking walked by him and got a little bit of his scent on you, dude, you were gonna be a OC or a fucking, you know, you're gonna be fucking promoted next year, like no matter what.
And after listening to it, I feel like more than anything, it should be Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel, like the whole. I'm looking
McVay
at
did when you listen to it, you're like McVay kind of sounds like the little brother in this thing.
He does. He really does.
McDaniels is like the outcast who's like over here
Weird,
doing all this cool
eccentric,
shit to try and figure out
funny.
other ways to get involved. But yeah, McVay just always kind of seemed like I'm like I don't know.
I don't know if people aren't if they're not sure what we're talking about on play callers, right? Not
yeah,
playmakers.
play callers. Yeah.
Play callers on Spotify. 5-part series about all of this coaching tree from Kyle Shanahan, leading down to his dad from Mike Shanahan.
Yeah, it's basically starts with his dad and like how Kyle kind of
got his
morphed into what his offense is off of his dad's offense.
It really kind of breaks down too why these guys are so unique as well as like, you know, what their offenses are about and their play calling style. And you just see where Mike McDaniel, dude, he is like somebody that just smoked a blunt and he's ready to coach the league.
Yeah,
and
he's like a little savant of some kind.
What the fuck, dude? He's so different.
Yeah.
And
his press conferences are hilarious.
I want to keep watching.
It's like the opposite of Bill Belichick.
We need a docu-series about him, man. He is. He's like just fucking with
that
people.
would be a really good docu-series just to see the Mike McDaniels docu-series. Because, I mean, that guy literally started out, he was just fucking
a ball boy,
Kyle
right?
Shanahan's friend, basically, after becoming a ball boy. And then, now he's a head coach in the NFL.
You could tell
he's also Dan Soder's best friend.
That's pretty cool. I remember you telling me about that. That's pretty awesome. You could tell, too, because he's so sarcastic. One of those types of, like, comedians that's he doesn't mean to be funny.
Super
he's just telling
dry,
it is
naturally
how
funny,
it is.
yeah.
And that's what I hate. He's got my boy fucking Tyreek. So that's what I
yeah, and
stand
Jalen Waddle, fuck.
2-2.
Yeah,
Yep.
Tua is looking pretty good. We'll see if he, all of his jiu-jitsu and judo training will help him not get. Dude, I guess it was pretty funny in the preseason, like, and during training camp too. Like, I guess there was a few writers in the Miami area who like two would get taken to the ground and he'd like roll out of it and they'd be like, oh my God, it's working.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Did you see how he rolled? He tucked and rolled rather than just falling back like a fucking ironing board, letting his head smack the ground.
They must be fucking giving him mad
I hate
shit
to
for
say
that.
it must have been needed because he is one of the few people I've seen get hit and just fall the weirdest ways to hit his head.
Sometimes people just don't get it. Like they gotta like brace themselves or some shit.
Sometimes you gotta put those arms out.
Just do something. It's like he goes to a rag doll and just falls.
He's like, I'm gonna go stiff.
Yep. Oh, I got knocked out.
Hope my neck's strong enough to not let my head hit the ground.
It's insane, man.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It makes me nervous to draft anybody from that team because you never know who's gonna stay healthy or
Who's gonna be throwing him the ball?
Who's gonna be throwing the ball? And all those wide receivers dealt with injuries last year.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tyreek was out for what, a week or so?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then now Jalen Ramsey's okay. We don't know.
Maybe.
Man, we got a lot of football to talk about in the future. I can't wait. But before we do that,
We gotta get into the UFC.
we got to get in the UFC.
And you know what that means?
Boom, boom.
Let's get it on!
That's right. We're gonna talk about the fight night because that is gonna parlay into the DDOE this week. But how did you feel about it?
I just watched the Max fight because it was in Singapore. So I woke up thanks to your lovely
It was
wake-up
an hour
text.
late, but I figured you might already have been up. So
No, definitely not. I stayed up pretty late Friday night. So I woke up to your text and it was perfect because then I turned on the fight immediately.
yeah, and that was right when the main card started. So.
It was great timing.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I couldn't believe it. I was really nervous for Max Holloway, who is seriously, if not my favorite fighter, my second or third. Like, he is the fucking dude, man. He's just so fucking chill the way he goes about things, and he performed in an exciting fashion.
Yeah, I mean, really, from the get-go, there was one situation in the first round. Chung Seng-yoon hit, or Chun Seng-yoon. Is that how you say it?
Something like that.
Chung
I always say
Seng-yoon.
Korean
It's a
zombie
Korean
'cause I'm
zombie.
not
It's easier. But he hit him with like a right that knocked Holloway back into the cage.
It did.
And that was about the only time. There was that
There was a
flurry
few
at
others.
the end. He caught him
Yeah.
once, but dude, Holloway just, I mean, picked him apart with that left, man.
He did, and he just showed why he's possibly one of the best boxers in the UFC. It just sucks that he can't get past Volkanovski. He's still the #1 ranked contender.
Yeah.
But it blew me away because Korean Zombie is he's not for the faint of heart. And he got that nickname because he will keep walking whether he is dead or not, man. And he did, because start of the third round, I just watched the fight last night. In the second round, it was almost back and forth. There was he came out and landed a few shots against Holloway.
Well, and Holloway knocked him down, and he was
That's
out.
true.
He was
That's a good
fucking
point.
out.
And that is one reason he will get the award that we're going to talk about soon, because instead of delivering unnecessary blows to him, he gave him a chance to recover, and he did. And it made... How about this, man? We never talk about this. How about that? Because he gave him a chance to recover, it made for a better fight.
It did. I still think, I mean, maybe they should have jumped in. But again, if they did, we'd be talking about, was it too soon of a stoppage? I don't know. He looked out to me. He dropped.
Yeah.
And then he was rolling around like he had no idea where he was. But it was very nice of Max to give him that credit, because he's like, I'm not going to go fucking just obliterate him on the ground right now. He stood up with his hands up, and then he just rolled around and got back up. And he's like, oh, shit, I guess we're fucking fighting again.
And then he did, and he put him into a darce. And
Yeah.
it was really smart of Max, because he had him in a darce choke where you kind of like push someone's neck and their arm
You're
against
basically
each
choking
other.
him out with their own arm. His
Yeah,
shoulder.
pretty much. Yeah. You're choking yourself out.
Quit choking yourself. Quit choking yourself. Yeah, you had him in that, and he's twisting him around. He doesn't have it quite locked in, and he almost gets him worked up to the fence where he could really kind of twist himself back into TKZ's body, and then he finally kind of got out of it.
It was
Just
really
like,
smart of
shit.
Max, because he realized like he's going to tire himself out if he keeps trying this, because Korean Zombie was not letting up, not giving into it. And so they got up, they started fighting again. They ended the second round, and then third round, we talked about it. Korean Zombie was basically like, all
Fuck
right,
it.
that's the only way I'm going to beat this
Yeah.
guy. I'm going to go all out, go brawls to the wall. And he fucking threw haymakers right in the beginning, and that's just it.
Yeah, he caught Max a couple times with a few things, And it's like Max said, right, when it ended, he's like, I was either going to catch him with mine or he was going to catch me with his right. And he's like, I caught him first.
I thought that was the most honest statement to make because it really could have gone both ways.
Any one of those swings from TKZ would easily, if they landed flush on the chin, been the end of the fight.
And that's what's so amazing about Max is he's never been knocked down in the UFC. He's never been knocked out. This is a guy that his greatness, he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but his greatness doesn't get talked about enough. He's never been knocked down. And the Korean Zombie almost, I feel like if he would have landed on those, it was really possible. But yeah, straight up, in one of the most kind of brutal but entertaining ways, hits Korean Zombie right at the same time he was trying to punch Max. And the Korean Zombie just keeps walking, like I told you, man. Just walks like a zombie, even though his brain is shut off, and walks. And we talked about it earlier, when your head bounces off something. Dude, his head, when he fell, bounced off the canvas.
Yeah, you see where the cut was opening?
Yep,
and then you see the blood spot go.
I didn't notice that the first time I watched it, and then when I watched it last night, I was like, shit, they're fucking patching up a cut.
Oh, dude, he dented his fucking head with that.
Yeah.
His knuckle just went... Just
Unbelievable,
put a fucking dent in his head.
It was such an entertaining fight. I swear, it's like what we talked about with Josh the week before. There's nothing better than like waking up and just like catching UFC fights in the morning. It's like, all right, let me start my fucking day.
Yeah, and then you're like, I'm all aggro.
I know.
So fuck up everybody today.
That'll lead us
Saturday
into,
at 9:00 in the morning. Woo!
He is a unique fighter, and he handled it differently. And to that, we will hand him. Chris, hit it.
The DDOE, man.
Hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man. Till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, living large. I hit it hard.
That's right. We are hitting it hard, man. It is time to grip it and rip it for the daily dose of excellence. And as we have been talking, this one goes out to Max Holloway.
It fucking does, dude. We have never seen a UFC fighter have so much honor and nobility in there in the octagon. I thought, what better person to hand it to than him?
Yeah, and it was cool to see because this was before he knew he was going to retire. Max knocked him out. He obviously goes crazy. He runs and hugs his family. He jumps out of the ring, runs and hugs his family.
Yep.
Comes back in. The first thing he does is he sees that TKZ is now awake. He helps TKZ to the sitting position, then lifts him up, sets him on his stool, and hugs him and thanks him for the fight. And that's the one thing about fighting you see that's super cool is like the camaraderie at the end of the fights when these guys are like, dude, we just fucking battled.
Yeah,
like there's nothing you can do but just like hug somebody. Like we just kicked the shit out of each other.
It's war, dude. And to like lay everything out there and to have somebody else put it all out there for entertainment, for your own integrity, and like a physical test to see who can withstand, the test that you're going to go through. I think that's what should be exchanged. And when I see like other fighters, and I've said this before, I don't really fuck with like the Connor's like whole persona and just like trying to turn this sport into like a Floyd Mayweather type of like boxing thing. Yeah, I get it, kind of grows more money and more pay-per-view buys, and that's fun and all, but like to me, I appreciate the martial art of it. That's why one of my favorite fighters always will be Khabib Nurmagomedov, because he's a guy that, very religious, does it for the martial art of it rather than anything. And I've watched Max, unfortunately, lose to Volkanovski, I think 3 times now, twice. It's been too many times to count. And it's such a bummer, but what's so cool about it is it's kind of different than football or basketball where it just sucks and it's so salty. In interviews, he just kind of says, man, I got to hand it to this guy. He came with the best performance today, and you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
Instead of making excuses, instead of like calling out cheating or Deontay Wilder saying that your walkout outfit was too heavy, you calling it as it is. You're a realist. So I appreciate Max. And to keep going on this, I'm sorry, for the first time ever, he wore red shorts, and he did that because
For Maui, yeah.
It was in support of Maui. And the first thing he said right after, like when Michael Bisping tried interviewing after the fight, he says, I don't want to talk about this fight. I don't care about it. All I want to talk about is in support of my people of Maui. Dude, he's always been one of my favorite fighters. He's had his son there right at the side of the octagon all the time. His wife always supports him, who's a professional surfer. I just appreciate how good this dude is, man. Fighting and as a person.
Yeah, and he even said after, Michael Bisping did finally get him to talk about the fight afterwards, like, what are you going to go do? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, first thing I'm going to do tomorrow or like the next couple days, I'll be flying over to Maui to start, helping and donating my time and volunteering to cleaning shit up around there. So even after a huge fight like that and then, getting your ass kicked for one and training for all that time, like he's not even going to go take time off. He's flying right back home, and he's going to go help take care of Maui, which is super cool.
That's amazing.
I did post this to our story on Instagram and Facebook. If you didn't see it, it's a quote from Max Holloway and then a response from TKZ. This is after the fight. Max Holloway said, what an honor to share the octagon with you, Korean Zombie MMA, the man, the myth, the legend, watching you throughout the years and how you carried yourself in the fight world with humility and respect, like a true martial artist. The OGs of WEC/UFC, none of these circus acts. You are the last of a dying breed. Thank you for paving the way.
Damn.
Enjoy your retirement. Look forward to your first singing album, my brother. And then Korean Zombie, my last. It was an honor to be with you. Okay, let's go with my first album. I guess he's a big singer. I don't know about that.
I don't know anything
yeah.
about that, but what better way to say it?
Yeah, and that's just a super cool way to send off somebody, too. So on that, Max Holloway. You are the daily dose of excellence.
Couldn't be more happy about this, man.
We look forward to having you on the show soon.
Yeah. Come on.
Come on down.
Yeah.
This one's to you, Max Holloway.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. Soon to be on the show.
Cheers to you, Mr. Ray.
And cheers to you, Chadley. Bushmills. Whew. Well, that is going to do it for episode 49. Whew. Next week, it's going to be a little bit of a different episode than this.
It sure is.
The beginning of new things, because from here on out, the show will be live streamed every Tuesday night. So that's the plan. Our first show being live streamed will be episode 50, and it's also going to be the live streaming of the Fringe Fanatics Fantasy Football Draft.
It
the
will
first
be
inaugural of such.
Hopefully one of the next 20 years or something.
Yeah, because eventually we'll probably just be so famous from the show. We'll probably have multiple fantasy leagues.
My goal is 5 to 6 years from now, we're holding the draft, maybe Cozumel, Mexico or something. We're having 40-yard sprints down the beach to find out who gets what draft pick. This is the goal. Make it happen, league. I'm waiting on you.
Yeah, we're waiting on you guys. But we're looking forward to it. On to new beginnings. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. If you've made it this far, please like, share, and make sure to rate us 5 stars on everything. Like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media at Fringe_Fanatics. I am Chris Zane. That is Chad Lee.
Damn right I am.
And we are getting out of here for episode 49.
Then we're going to do a thumbnail.
That's the thumbnail. See you guys later. We love you guys.
Love you.
We'll